Uh-oh. So, the video I did, was it 2 days ago or a day ago or whatever? I said allegation mania, right? And talking about all the allegations that's coming out ruining people's life. Well, it hits the WWE even more. So top WWE NXT star expected to be released due to recent allegations made against him. It looks like it's about to lose one of the top stars. Thanks to the Speak Out movement, empowering victims to speak out, Velveteen Dream, I'm not going to say his name, was the subject of allegations last week regarding inappropriate messages to minors. So, we don't know if this shit is doxed. We don't know if this stuff is fabricated, but he's going to lose his job. Mind you, this kid is 24 years old. He just started in wrestling. And now allegations are put out there because these allegations were put out there, I think the beginning of this year. And people kind of threw it down on the floor like, wait, what are you talking about? That can't be him. Now, if he did do it, then yes, he should have the repercussions. But if he didn't, it should be like, it should be something. Technology should be a lot more advanced to see which is fake and which is real. Which messages are fake, which messages are real. Because I'm sick and tired of people just taking messages and fabricating it and then putting it out and acting like it's real. All of my screenshots are real. All of them. I don't need to fabricate shit because I'm the person. I showed y'all documents from the feds and everything else. And all these people doing all this stuff, saying all this stuff about me. So I don't need to fabricate shit. It's me against fucking 100 people. So, but when it comes down to celebrities, like, they got the money to fight these cases. I don't have the money to fight these cases. So, it's crazy how someone could just ruin your life on an allegation now. Especially all this started with the George Floyd stuff. So, the adult industry new golden boy that all the women like to go on to got accused of allegation and abuse. Of abuse. And his girlfriend tried to cover it up and pay some girls off. So it was some girls who said how uncomfortable they was having sex with the legendary Tony. And this dude has the stereotypical big pipe, 6-pack, and all the women drooling all over him. So this is what I'm talking about by a lot of these women always walk into the trap of these dudes who are abusive, but then they want to go around talking about somebody's an incel or somebody's creepy and weird. How is it that you don't have red flags for the guys that you like, but you have red flags for the men you don't like? So this is why I don't care about I don't care about anything that these women are going through. Because if you don't read the situation like you read the situation for other guys, because the fact is, look, I like a certain type of females, right? But I would never walk into that situation thinking that this woman is not going to do what the uglier women will do. See, I'm not going to let an ugly chick get away with anything. But I'm not going to let a good-looking chick get away with anything either. See, if I see red flags in a good-looking chick, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to see red flags in the ugly chick. All right? Unlike women, I'm not biased based off how somebody looks. I'm not going to sit here and let a chick get away with being crazy and all this other shit. And then I'm going to walk around and let her do anything to me and then sit back and tell the whole world that this chick did this to me and this. No, as a man, it's my fault. Remember, women get to pick the wrong guys all the time and then say it's the guy's fault and how abusive they was. But men can't do that. So you have to pick and choose, right? But you have to actually you have to have a more of a vetting process when it comes down to whoever you pick. Because to me, if I get with somebody who I sit back and know the red flags and something happens to me, that's my fault. It ain't nobody else's fault but my fault. But when these women come out with these stories, for some reason, it's the man's fault. But it's your fault for actually getting with the guy in the first place because you thought his sex was going to be so great. You thought he was gonna rock your world or whatever you thought was going to happen. So I'm going to go down the list. Over the few days, Tony, a low-level mop with OC modeling, but above the biker chick, Johnny Goodluck, known for being boyfriend of Mind Geek director Liana Paul, along with Paul herself, has been accused of abusing by at least 4 performers. Liana Paul has been accused of trying to pay off the accusers to be quiet. As post time, Liana has yet to put on Twitter since the allegations were made, except for one morning. Shilling for a website. Okay, let's see. One performer said this: Tony is not a safe person. I thought I was the only one feeling this way. I was afraid to say anything. I seen this for the past week that I was not alone. The way he treated me is how he treats everyone. Please do not think that his partner is innocent at all. She is present most of the time doing it. She tried to gaslight me, made excuses, and shift the blame onto me, then offered me hush money. So these chicks call themselves professionals, right? But they're not creative, right? They think that everybody want to see them perform with above average guy or a guy that everybody else want, because they're not catering to the men. They think the men are going to accept this by them getting smashed by better looking men than the guys that they pay for. And some guys accept that shit. And they start, they pay for these OnlyFans bullshit, right? So these chicks don't try to get with new dudes who won't fuck up. Won't get with dudes who don't fuck up. And perform a little better than some of these guys. They don't get that. Well, let me move over here, because somebody just stopped in the middle of the damn street just to talk, argue with each other. I don't know what they were doing, but these chicks will always jump on the hive mind, because these chicks, they don't think for themselves. None of them think for themselves. All they do is jump on the hive mind and go back and do the same thing everybody else is doing. So she says how she got treated badly and everything else. But don't you think that fans want you to sleep with a fan, or a pay subscriber, and y'all make it set up where it's safe so y'all can have sex with the regular guy instead of sleeping with this dude? But y'all all wanted the same penis inside y'all. Because y'all like to share the same shit. And it shows you that don't matter how abusive a dude is, how weird and creepy he is, if he's attractive to other women, he can get a pass from what he does. Now, I was in the middle of a Twitter war with a chick called Baby Gemini, and I thought I made a campaign because she kept fucking with people and calling niggas names and talking about small dick men and shit. And they took down half her pages, they stole her content, and they keep putting out fake pictures of her online so her shit could get taken down, which I kind of laugh at. So she created another site, and now she's going back and forth. Well, she cowardly blocked a chick who called her out on her protecting this abuser. So it's funny now that the size queens are all turning on each other. I love it. This is what you need. This is what you got to let them do. See, this is why I don't like the dude Trey, who SYSBM. He talks about SYSBM, but for some reason he got a Dominican girl and he been all over the world and did all this and did all that. But he get on panels and go back and forth with these damn so-called strags. I mean, you should be above this shit and you shouldn't be even participating in it. And he's like, oh, I'm bored because, you know, I'm on the road. But can't you find something else to watch on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop with a Wi-Fi signal? You don't have no shows to watch instead of coming here arguing back and forth, screaming at the top of your lungs online? Because you're providing entertainment. You're not really doing anything in the space of just saying how bad these people are. Now, at the same time, I'm providing some content that I'm showing of stuff that nobody else is actually talking about. Because I don't see anybody else talking about the situation or the allegations that's been coming down the pipe at all. I think I'm the first person that put these allegations out here and put them in a row and showing how, you know, they're trying to ruin people's life. But this is another example of just because you're loved by these women and you make them moan and groan and do all this other stuff with them, and just because you think that you got the biggest pipe in the world, that these women won't turn on you if one or two of them say that they don't like you. Because now this shows you Rico Strong got hit with an allegation. Oh, here they go. Oh, man. That's why I hate doing outside. These motherfuckers were standing in the middle of the street. Well, middle of the park. Then magically they come in walking down. Oh, here they go. Standing in the middle of the street. Arguing again. It's early in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, like I was saying, a lot of these dudes, DJ Kuda, Ramil Amir, all these other dudes, think they impervious to women turning on them and me tooing them, or coming together and making an allegation against them. If it can happen to the top tier guys, then it can happen to everyone. So why do you think that most of y'all are excluded from this shit? And I had an interaction with Tony, I think a month ago, 2 months ago, where I forgot what I said. He said something about him fucking somebody else's girl, and they gonna use the money to buy the boyfriend a PS5. And I'm like, why would any man want you to fuck their girl to get a PS5 when most dudes will work? Most guys don't depend on women to give them shit. And he said, I forgot what he said, but he said something about something in the likes of, you know, some girls might want to try me out before some females want to try me out. So, and the PS2 the PS5 as a gift to the guy, so the guy don't get mad for just letting me have sex with their girlfriend and giving them a time of their life. And I'm like, okay, but then you're gonna make sure that the dude can buy it on his own. He just gonna get another girlfriend, and he's gonna dump the chick. And he was like, if he love her. I'm like, no, that's not how it work. I'm like, you forget, it's MGTOW out here. Oh, he's like, oh, it's the gay men. I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, it's MGTOW men who get more women than you do. I was like, you must be getting confused. I'm like, you living in a clouded ass world, and you think that dudes are gonna sit here and love a chick and let chick. I'm like, there ain't no cucks out here like that. There ain't a lot of dudes out here like that. I showed him a picture. I told him, I said, it's a dude that I know. You fuck this girl, he'll beat the shit out you. And I put his name. I said, look him up. He's a Muay Thai fighter. I said, he'll beat your ass. He'll probably kill you. And he was like, oh, he's different because he's a fighter. I'm like, no, he's not different. I'm like, it's regular dudes out here. And I started posting more and more stuff about of articles of dudes going off on their women and shooting them and killing them and doing all that crazy stuff, because no dude's gonna allow somebody to do that to their girl, especially somebody putting all that time and money into them, and just let somebody walk up and do that. So he deleted everything. And then some chicks came out of nowhere and was like, men need to learn from him. And I'm looking like, yo, I said, okay, if men need to learn from him, why don't you women learn from Asian women and white women and Latino women to have sex better than y'all do? And I said, why don't y'all learn from them that size doesn't always matter, because there's a lot of women out here who sleep with guys who pretty much not big, but they keep a family together. And they didn't say anything. One blocked me. So I had an interaction with this dude, and he came off like he was so arrogant about it. So when I heard this news coming out, I had to crack up and laugh, because a lot of these dudes are super arrogant to the point where they think they can do and say anything to anybody. They can think they can sleep with anybody's girl, and they don't have no consequences. They don't have consequences to come up to, right? So, oh hell no. So they don't have no consequences. So I'm telling you right now, like, it becomes more of a situation where some of these dudes, when they do get caught up, it becomes a joke. It becomes a real joke that they get caught up and they get fucked up because they think they the king. They think nothing can happen to them. So when I hear guys like ARC and all these other people come on here and Vermeil Amir saying he's pumping, dumping and all that, I'm going to say that, I'm like, you don't have all the power. The women do. The women are in control. The women have a roster of men. You're pumping, dumping them, and they're pumping, dumping you. You just don't know it, that they pumping, dumping you. But, when it comes down to it, wait. When it comes down to it, these women are in a power position. They're in a more power position than any man out here. Even the men that so-called give them the best sex and give them the most game and everything else, these women can turn it on you. And this is what happened. A lot of these chicks, they might have some solid cases on them, or it it might just be sour grapes because they didn't get what they want from the dude, right? So on the other hand, let me see. On the other hand, we might have a dude who thought he can get away with everything because he had a mass of females that was going to protect him. And the chick, baby Gemini, that tried to get me doxxed and tried to get my shit hacked, she went up and protected him, and all the women went against her. But then she ended up blocking the chick. She's not really liked among other women, and women want to put hands on her like that. Women want to put hands on her. But she always duck and dodge and leave and don't be in the right situations. Her and Julia K always talking shit. Now, Julia K and the baby Gemini chick are cool with this dude because they like the way he has sex, right? But these are women who are mentally ill and fucked up in the head, just like this dude. So let's read more. He's trying to use text messages that show Riva being as proof that he isn't a predator, but completely skipped over the fact that I said because he has no proof of being a nice guy. Troy is a bitch and is a fucking disgusting. I clearly recall him harassing us in all our DMs for content trade and people dropping their screenshot of him being creepy. So I don't know why there's all this quiet now, but I seen them. Troy sending screenshots of her text message to prove that he's not a predator. He's called a nice, playing nice, sir, because I left our shoot empty-handed with no content or paperwork. If we wasn't trying to play our text messages game, I got multiple screenshots of Leanna trying to gaslight me and do damage control. I love to stop talking about this, but I can't. Because we are being dragged through the mud here, and people know a lot of people. Now, this is a guy who I went back and forth with, but that's also a guy who is bragging about having sex with other women's girls, and then turn around and say, at least your girl gonna buy you a PS5 to make up the fact that my dick went inside your girl. So I don't feel sorry for this guy. But I also want to show this lesson that no matter what side you on, well, if you're on the side of you get these women and you have interaction with these women, it can easily turn that interaction into something else. Me, they did it online. And they couldn't really destroy me with these stuff because the fact is, all they did was stop my money. But they also made themselves look stupid because the agent that investigated me didn't really find nothing. So I think he's probably a joke to everybody around him now to come and after me like that because he didn't find shit. So you made an agent looking like a clown in front of his superiors. I had a DA stick up for me, telling them that I don't have no record, he don't got no case, leave it alone, let it go. And all this situation. So it becomes more of my situation wasn't getting with these women. My situation was they got mad because they didn't like my voice. And they didn't like the fact that I was hitting them with knockout shots online. So they had to come back at me somehow. And they had to gang up on me and hit me with a triple. They said I was a mass shooter. They said I was a rape pulp. And they said I was a pelos. So it's funny that they hit me with all three that would usually knock somebody out. But me, it didn't knock me out because I move carefully in life. So, but these guys, they go around doing whatever they want. And then when they get caught up, magically, people are supposed to feel sorry for him. And he was with a chick He was with another chick where he left that Liana. He left that chick for the Liana Paul chick. And he completely dumped her because he was with her before he was with the other chick. So, you know, this is what they do. You know, but this is also a lesson to guys out here who want to get with women and do all that. And, you know, if you want to get with women and you want to be just like these dudes, you got to do it in a different way than these dudes. You got to do it where they can't catch you up with shit like this. And this is why a lot of guys travel. So they don't be put with no Me Too movement or abuse allegations or any of this bullshit that goes on over here. The women here has too much power. They just have too much power over here, man. It's insane to see so many allegations ever since the Me Too movement. This is more allegations that I ever seen in the outside the Me Too movement. It's everywhere. Gaming industry, the wrestling industry, the adult industry. I mean, it's insane right now. But the fact is, this shows you that even they can get hit with abuse allegations and RAPE allegations and any other allegations that these women make up. They all can come together. As you see right here, it says 4 performers. 4. That'll show you right here. It only takes 3 women to throw you under the bus. That's how much power these women have. They can literally group together and put 3 people together and try to take you down. And these are women who can just say hi to you and then say you touched their behind. Or you can look at one and one will say you looked at her creepy and she felt weird. As you see in one of the thing, a shaved head female, right? I clearly recall him harassing us in all our DMs for content trading, people dropping their screenshot of him being creepy. Mind you, this is the guy that all the women want. So it takes it takes 3 chicks to call somebody creepy. See, this is why I say that the interactions in America in general isn't fun anymore. It's not genuine. Because if somebody perceives you creepy, then everybody gonna jump on that bandwagon. All this hive mindset bullshit is now these women's go-to. And they can grab a word that everybody can agree with and slap it on you, and then they can put something more serious, a more serious name on you. It's easy for them to do it now. It's harder and harder and harder to have genuine conversations or genuine relationships in this country, even in most of the world, because it only takes somebody to convince a chick that you're dealing with behind the scenes to come out and say you did something to her, and then 2 more girls that you never said nothing to, they misconstrued and misjudged what you said, and then they're jumping in and said, oh yeah, I remember him saying something to me and he was creepy, he was weird. And then all the women that this all emerged with, the hive mind mindset, the next minute you know, you had 3 women. The next minute in the morning, you had 300 women to back them up of all these false claims. And it is up to you to fight. Now, do I feel sorry for this dude? Like I said before, no, don't care. Do I feel sorry for these women? No, don't care. They're turning on each other. They're turning on each other. The size queens are turning on each other, which is fun. The so-called players and all the men who are in the how can I put it? The guys that are in the Magnum Club, they're turning on each other. The player guys are turning on each other. B1 turned on each other, like Mike Chimery, who used to be over there, Platinum Elite, Taz turned on Platinum Elite. I said this before, and this is one of the things that I try to give advice to some guys out here, right? Is that never let too many people go against you. But also, if people are turning against you, read everybody who's turning against you. Read everybody who's turning against you. And figure that they might turn on each other. I have seen many times where people who hated me all came together, but you can tell that without the regular of them not liking me, they'll turn on each other. And eventually they'll turn on each other. You just gotta let it wait. People who don't have no honor among each other, or don't have no honor on coming after you, they not gonna have no honor among each other. So they'll turn on each other fast. And it always happens. This is why the B1 exploded. This is why the size queens are turning on each other. This is why the Magnum Kings are turning on each other. They all turning on each other. All in this George Floyd situation. And they took whatever they wanted to take out of this situation and they made it about them. Now, they all turning on each other. I'm having a field day with this now. Because now they're trying their best to, they're trying their best to try to turn this around on guys who don't get women because we have better characteristics than these dudes. So they want us to be a reflection of them so they can try to claim us and then turn around and say, no, there's guys like me, so-and-so. It's the same thing that Kevin Samuels did when he said that he was what did he say? He was a physicist or nuclear scientist or some shit. And he said he liked fashion and some shit like that. And I'm like, okay, if you was a physicist or whatever you said you was, why the fuck you not in that? Why you not in that field then? Why you had to be an image consultant or whatever you said you are? And then when Sub-Zero exposed him for all his consultations and shit, a lot of people looked under the radar with that, but finally now people come to realize that Kevin Samuels was fake. I mean, I feel sorry for black people in general, man, because we always late to the party. We always late to the party when it comes down to social things. We don't pay attention to shit because we think it's weird or it's too uncomfortable to deal with. But once you understand, once you first to the party, and once you first to notice, you don't get caught up in none of this bullshit. I mean, now I'm gonna show you more. Okay. Now, it's gonna be a lengthy one, and we're gonna try to poke holes in her story, right? Reading this vindicates me so much. It took me a few days to gather my thoughts. This is almost exactly my experience with Tony. He disgraced me and Reva's boundaries multiple times and was straight up unprofessional. Okay. My first day, we got to LA and he told us we were going to the beach. We assumed that we was going to chill until we get checked into our Airbnb. We likely talked about getting a few clips at the beach, but nothing major in detail. After 20 minutes of unexpected rock climbing, we got to a little area that we was going to chill. We was gonna chill at. He was completely unprepared with no water, lube, and left his phone. We end up doing a 2-girl BBC, but we got caught by a group. We packed everything up, and Reba mentioned multiple times how we need it. Okay, let's go, right? You didn't do a background check on this dude. You go based off how other women experience with him, and you didn't bring your own stuff to the shoot, on the so-called shoot, because now they think everything is a shoot. Ain't this shit kind of illegal that you doing porn scenes anywhere you want? I mean, adult film scenes anywhere you want, and you don't have any kind of like permit to do that outside. So to me, how do you go based off how professional he is when he doesn't have any papers? The only papers he have is that he's clean to have sex with. But you didn't do your vetting to know what kind of person he was. You just want to have sex with the sexy guy, right? So this is 100%. This is the responsibilities on you and the other chick and on him. It's all 50-50. 150 responsibility belong on all of y'all. So, no lube, right? She said no lube, but ain't these the same girls who said, who always said big dick only? Why do y'all need lube? Ain't these men? Ain't these the guys that say they get women wet all the time, and they don't need that kind of shit, right? So I'm breaking the illusions of this bullshit that they say that these guys instantly get women wet. Because it was a video I saw with a chick who is known to have sex with toys. When she finally did a scene with a dude, everybody said how trash it was. And how not only was she dry in the scene, that she didn't know properly how to do anything in that scene, and people was laughing their ass off at her. Okay, because we've been out there for at least 4 hours in a 90-degree weather. He persisted that we stay and get a few more clips, in which we turned into us fucking on rocks, still unprepared with no lube. We had no amount of footage, of because he actually didn't record. So it is your fault then, because if you were so-called there professionally and you didn't want his dick desirably. See, this is what happens when you let women have so much power. They start throwing responsibilities around, but not on themselves. So you didn't tell him to stop, you didn't tell him, hey, I don't want to do this scene because we got to do it for content. We all got to make money in this. But you just let him fuck you for free. But then women like you would tell guys who are smaller than him that they got to pay you so much money to have sex with you, right? The hypocrite in this shit right here. This is why I say I don't feel sorry for him. I haven't said it yet, but I expect to ask for lube at least 5 times in the first day. Because having sex outside without lube and toys isn't enjoyable to me. It hurts. But these are the women who said big dick only, right? We left after Reba was stunned by a bunch of bees. She was stung by a bunch of bees. Oh my God, this shit is ridiculous, man. I gotta laugh at this shit, man. Stung by a bunch of bees, right? So you were stung by a bunch of bees, Because you wanted to have sex with the guy that all the other women had sex with. Oh man, this shit is gold. This shit is comedy gold, man. I can't, man. This shit is, it has to be comedy gold. When we got to the Airbnb, we did the shower scene, and then I did my own separate scene with him outside, which we moved into the bed, one of the bedrooms. The scene inside was about 30 minutes, which wasn't recorded a single bit. He accidentally didn't press play. That was the last scene with him that day in general, and in shape that I tapped. So he had sex with you 2 times. You didn't get paid for it. And your chick that you came with got stung by a bee. Got stung by a bunch of bees because y'all wanted to have sex outside. See, this the shit that they do when they want to have sex with the right guys. They'll let the red flags happen and then complain about it later on and throw the blame on him. But if it's a guy that they make work for, this is a lesson to y'all guys out here. To stop listening to like Ramil the Mayor, stop listening to ARC and C Boogie and all these other stupid ass niggas out here, right? They will let you get away with anything as long as they like you. But they won't let you get away with anything if they don't like you. If you're working for it and you have to hip dance and dance for them, then one little thing could mess up your whole work of getting with these women. So let you think about the experience and the stuff that I'm showing you in this comments right now. Okay. Ain't no way okay. I'd have assisted my pussy, saying my vagina hurt and I needed lube, which he said he tried to be sexy by eating my vagina out, then proceed to F me again while saying shit like, baby, you want me to stop? In no way saying he raped, he RAP or assaulted me, but I didn't. But to think it's important to point. She still protected him. So, in actuality, he did RAP you. And he didn't assault you, but he RAP'd you because you told him no. You told him to stop. You told him multiple times to give you lube. But remember that case from a couple years ago when the girl had sex with the guy in the dorm room? And he put it in her behind? And she said it was rape, but it wasn't rape. I mean, it was RAP. It was consensual, but he got in trouble for it and almost got kicked out or whatever. I forgot what happened. And he ended up getting paid a lot of money for it. So she wants to still protect him because she out here liking him. And she think that if this becomes better, she can have sex with him again. See how these women try to save the guys that do them dirty, but they still save them because they look good. So they make excuses for guys they want to make excuses for. Our gray area shit is in the moment where I said I'm not comfortable. He almost gashed me on the head. He almost gashed me on the head with his dick that either of us knew until we were starting. Then the blowjob scene at the beach, and the second one nobody filmed because he said he was in pain and wanted to take the day to heal. I officially pulled out day 3 in the morning because I was not comfortable filming, not in a good mental space. And regardless of him canceling his pro guy's camera, I told him to base his day around me because there were 4 other girls there were 4 other girls he was able and supposed to film with. Okay, they break this shit up. I understand being upset and not being able to film when the point to the whole trip was the only person on that trip. After that, he was super passive aggressive to me, or was saying something rude and then try to play it off being nice. He was consistently calling me a fuck boy. telling Riva that I was a brat and trying to guilt me about the outfits he had got for the trip. The fourth day, he said all we were going to smoke and chill by the pool. So I joined, and he started filming in the middle of us smoking. So I faked. I called my mom because I had already said I wasn't comfortable filming. He got an attitude that day because the pro guys was coming to shoot scenes. But once again, I already pulled out the morning before I stayed out of everybody's way as long as I can because I felt extremely bad. I understand how money is important and never wanted to disrespect anyone's time, but being treated like shit because I didn't want to have sex is not fun, especially because we are there for work. Then you are complaining about me not working. Then where multiple people he could have filmed with, Trent, he might have a little over a place, and because there was a little detail in the beginning of the trip, me and Riva, or whatever her name is, taken into our rooms on the bed, where he came in, set his camera up, and tried to slip his in her. We stared at each other while he filmed, and he, extremely touchy and feely, would grab us out of the rooms while we were walking to kiss someone and to F. I said F half because half of the time his phone wasn't out the first time, and because we never truly had a discussion on scenes. We had over text because not once we was there. Same with boundaries. None of us, our scenes was properly planned out. We were more when he caught us somewhere upstairs. Laugh out loud. This is supposed to be about abuse, but she's laughing. See how disingenuous these chicks are? The fourth day was the last day we filmed. The first to last day. We left the morning once we started re-apologizing to him and Leanna. For shit that's not how it was supposed to be. I felt so bad. She was there from the first night to the morning. Once we got home, he never contacted me for the shower video, while still contacting Riva, subtexting me and unfollowing me, so I blocked him. I wouldn't go into details about anything anyone else about then other than me. But the bullshit with him holding the shower video should be enough to show he's disrespectful and unprofessional, and the lines was crossed with me. And what's it called? It should be pushed to for us to stop supporting him. That was me and Riva. First contact trade, I think, was played a favor, and it was careless and loose. He was once Riva. How cute ties with him. He switched up even more. I briefly on the mud, blah blah blah. Gaslight me, challenging me, gave me everything I asked for in terms of money. I made my own money and I didn't ask for anything. I'm shy and I didn't speak. I stuck with Riva and blah blah blah. People in the industry know who they're working with. This sounds familiar. I heard this happen to my I had this happen to my personal. I can imagine it's more difficult and negative into your job. Sorry to hear. Sorry to hear that you had experience of that. So many hugs, Angel. I'm so sorry you had the experiences in the first place. Now, mind you, these multiple women are all saying the same story. You had to experience this. This is what these women actually do. This is the hive mind right here, where they get how can I put it? How can I put it? They get co-signed on the stuff that they say, and then the more women who comes on social media and tell them that it's okay, the more support they got. So this is how easy it is for women to lie on men, and it's hard for men to lie on women. He is disgusting. Jesus Christ. I knew he gave me weird vibes. I never felt such a bad disgust while in someone's presence before. Wait. you let them have sex with you like 3-4 times without filming. Then you let them have sex with you multiple times, and you didn't say nothing. You didn't leave. You didn't leave the second day. You stayed there all the way to the 4th day. If you felt creepy and weird, you should have left the first day, the second day. He has Liana rap to this. You see, he knew. Do you say she knew? She does. She knows and she don't care. He makes it hard for guys like me who just want to make good content training with good energy vibes. Now here go one dude. Oh my God, I can't shoot content because it's making it hard for me. Very unprofessional and ignorant. Sorry to hear. Not familiar with the industry, but I'm thinking the sex worker needs to be legalized, more world spread and regulated. You and the other ones, sex worker is legalized, world spread and regularized. At least in the porn industry, the type of SW is legally pretty well spread. Of course, OnlyFans, but regulated in a sense. He tried to sit back and say some shit, and guess what? She didn't even like his comment. Simp came to the rescue. He abused y'all and trust. I hate how people are disgusting it is. I was a fan of his. To know he's sexually unfit is really sad. I'm sorry to hear. Oh, I'm a fan of his. Told you. Seem like maybe a little bit of a womanizing as well. Just my opinion. Yes, he is a womanizer, but the women let him get away with it. Now, I'm going to go all the way up to, let's see. Damn, I got to be careful with this shit, man. Because, you know, I can't go any further. So, just to show you that guys that are creepy and weird, or all this other stuff, they'll let you get away with it. They'll let you get away with certain things as long as you got a big penis, as long as you look good, and they'll wait until other groups of women come together to tell on you. But you'll be protected as long as the other women don't come forward. So don't listen to Ramil Lemire trying to tell you about black porn. I mean, black adult industry coming back, because this dude, he living in the past. Because as you know it, the black side of things, the black adult industry side of things got shut down like back in 2014, 15, somewhere like that. Because they wouldn't pay the girls the right money and they were unprofessional. So him talking about we should go into porn and all this other stuff, he just want one side to go in there to deal with some dirty shit. That's it. Stop letting dudes come over. Stop letting guys tell you that you shouldn't go to Brazil or Colombia or any other country because the women are just like that over there. But the fact is, you still have more options over there than you have over here. And guess what? If you have bad sex with a woman in another country, it's just called bad sex. It's not called a rape allegation, or it's not called a sexual assault allegation. So, even the mightiest men who women love can be charged with some kind of case. Even the men that these women love and adore and like to moan and groan, and, yes, the Magnum boys can be sexually accused of anything. The size queens are never truly satisfied. They have to jump from one big stick to the next big stick. One big stick to the next big stick. They'll never be happy. So this is the reason why a lot of guys say that you're used up. Because once you have sex with these guys and they sexually satisfy you the way they want you, you're no longer suitable for guys that are below that. So it's better for those guys to jump and go with some other groups of women. right? You can't have us be around women who are sex workers and make that the mother of our child. You can't have a chick who all she did was bounce from penis to penis, and I'm supposed to take this chick seriously on a date. No. Or she want me to talk to her for 5, 6, 7 hours just to prove that I should be fuckable. No. Stop listening to these niggas. Vermeil Amir try to tell you that it's stupid going to another country for sex, and you should go there for business, while he's posting thoughts on his timeline. And I bet you if a billionaire gave him $2 million and told him to give that money back to him, show him that he's worth investing in, I bet you he won't do it. Because he's not, like I said, I broke it down in another thing. But I'm still going to come at him. Same thing with Trey. It seemed like you come on here to go talk down to people, and you keep talking all this stuff, but you was in the sexual underground. If I was in the sexual underground for like 2-3 years, the so-called strags I wouldn't care about them. That's why that's why I don't get on panels. Because the shit that you say in one panel and the shit you say in the chat box sometimes, it comes to haunt you. A lot of this shit is just unorganized, but at least we don't have, see, Third Columbia is the same dude who go in the chats and flirt with women in the chats and then act like that's something that there's nothing wrong with that. When you're in the man space, and then get on the panels talking about how he's brotherhood and all this other shit and try to act like he sounds smart. But this shows you that even the top 20% are not untouchable. They can be thrown on the bus as well. But don't let people fool you into believing that you can't get women your own way, a safer way, a better way. Don't let them try to get you into what they are used to doing to get women. Because you might be caught with an allegation or two. You might be hit with something that you're not ready for. Let these dudes be in the clouds thinking that they're untouchable, and let them get hit eventually. I showed you this for a reason. That they're not safe either. Even though you're getting called the incel and say you can't get no sex and people making fun of you traveling overseas and all this, these are the women that they got to deal with. These are the women that can easily turn against them. These are the women and the situations they can get into. Never let nobody shame you for the women that you like. Never let nobody shame you on the way that you can get women. Don't let them do that to you. Because eventually they get hit with this. They just got to be on the wrong side of the bed with one of these chicks. So I'm gonna leave it at that, because I ran out of something to talk about. But pretty much, man, these are the women that's in the pool in the thing. Also, yeah, my fault. The women in this country and in Western country are now, we are in the tell-all culture. Nothing is private anymore with these women. You can tell a chick your personal life, even some of your darkest secrets. You could be with a chick for 10 years and tell your darkest secrets to. She'll get mad and tell the world and show screenshots of you saying some stuff to her. So that's another reason why you don't want to date none of these women here, because you can tell these women, you can tell something, you can tell these women something, information, and that information can get you killed or robbed. You can tell them what kind of job you have, and they'll use their Pookie and Ray Ray boyfriend to rob you or take your shit. You don't know which woman is connected to Pookie and Ray Ray. You don't know which woman is connected to Big Dick Rob. You don't know which woman is connected to Ghetto Raj. You don't know which guy or which girl is connected to I Got All the Game Johnson. Like, to me, I'm not gonna sit here and dig through pile of garbage just to get something new. You can't tell me that it's genuine quality women in this country that you can just have fun with without this shit happening to you. But I can tell you that if you go overseas, like a whole bunch of other people are telling you, that you can find quality women to have fun with. Over here, you're not gonna get away with it. Yeah, unless you're tap dancing and doing what they want you to do. Because if you are a guy that have to read a goddamn book or have to do certain things to get women, you're a slave to that shit until you die. A lot of these dudes don't want to leave game alone. A lot of these dudes don't want to leave this alone because that's the only thing that gets them women. Without that, they can't get women. Without the dreads, they can't get women. Without the tattoos, they can't get women. Without the sneakers, they can't get women. Without going to the gym, they can't get women. All this stuff, they can't get women. But overseas, I seen guys without dreads get women. I seen guys who don't have a big pipe get women. I seen guys who dress goofy don't get women. I seen on the other side Asian guys look like K-pop dudes get women. So you should take you should go where they get their women and not here. Oh shit. And not here. Where these women will tell everything, all your business. It's a shame that little bit by little bit, I'm showing you proof that these women ain't worth dealing with. They're not worth dealing with at all, man. Because 9 times out of 10, they will literally ruin your life. You can tell them one thing that's harmless, and it can get you killed, get you robbed, get you locked up. They can misquote what you said to them, and you're gonna end up with an FBI knocking on your door like they did me. Telling you, man, you gotta stop letting some of these people get you in these traps, man. And I'm not saying that it ain't the kind of women over there that is over here with the kind of mindset. I'm saying is that it's more clean cut. If I want a chick and I want to mess with a chick for 3 months, I'm not going to have to give her no money. I'm not going to have to talk my ear off with her. I'm going to have to hang out with her for a little bit. But she knows that she's there to have fun. And she's not going to get embarrassed about being with me. And guess what? The break off between us will be clean. It won't be no, he abused me, he did this to me, he did that to me, he touched me, he did this, he did that. No, it won't be no tell-all book. She won't be online on Instagram telling how my house look or how I am in my personal life and what I said to her and all this other shit. At least if I date somebody overseas, I'm not gonna have to worry about her telling my business after we're done. The size of my Johnson, how good I am in bed and all that. She's gonna keep that among her friends. See, in other cultures, it's not normal to gossip about men because they know that men will retaliate and it might get them hurt or might get them killed. So they're not gonna go around telling people's business. But over here, it's normal to go on Instagram, Twitter, make a whole damn book about it, make YouTube videos about your personal life, tell the stories about your personal life. Remember, trust is earned. It's not given. So it shows that some of these chicks would do anything for attention in America, and you want me to still think that there's somehow good women over here when they all do the same goddamn thing? Stop questioning. Stop letting these dudes question the way you get women. Stop letting these dudes question how you do things. Question them how they do things and show them that eventually what they doing is gonna run out. So yeah, man, I'm done. The whole purpose of this whole video was basically showing you that the top guys ain't as invincible as y'all think they are. The top guys could get hurt as well. Also, these are the type of women that are in America and in Western societies. You can choose and you can pick from these women, but these women can wake up one day and think that y'all sex buddy relationship should have been something more, and they can just sit back and lie on you. Also, Angry Joe's accuser is now backing down from what Angry Joe is saying because he said he's gonna get a lawyer and stuff. This is what I think happened with Angry Joe and the accuser. She tried to get with Angry Joe because she wanted to sleep with Angry Joe for one day so he can push her up there. Angry Joe didn't know that she had a boyfriend. And then when he found out she got a boyfriend, he must have been a gentleman about it and said, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to deal with you. You got a boyfriend. And then she tried to throw all the allegations on him. She tried to throw all the thing on him because I've seen this shit happen before. Where women would get with somebody just to further their career or do something in there, and then they have a boyfriend at home and they just want to do it, but they'll cover it up with giving their boyfriend a gift or something, or doing something for their boyfriend, or making sure the boyfriend don't know about it. And it's the kind of women that's out here, man. Any kind of scenario that's against you, any kind of scenario that you think of that might happen, it's going to happen, man. So I don't know what to say no more, man.